Here we have the 2020 Monte Bello Chardonnay. This is a beautiful example of what the Chardonnay can do on this mountain. So this wine is 100% Chardonnay. Another unique thing about this wine, for this particular vintage, it only comes from 2 blocks up on the mountain. Our Perrone vineyard, which is at the very top, and our Roustan vineyard, which is about halfway up the mountain. So elevations ranging in 1,900 feet to 2,600 feet. 1962 was the first vintage of this wine, and it came from plantings that were planted in the late 1940s by a gentleman of the name of William Short. So then what happened is in 1985, we started calling this wine the Santa Cruz Mountains Chardonnay. And the reason for that was that as some of the newer replants started to come on, we had more volume, more quantity, and also the style changed a little bit with those new vines coming into the blend. And then another change occurred in 1999 where those vines actually became even older and their style also changed, quantity went up, and we decided it would be best to go back to calling it the Monte Bello Chardonnay. So an interesting little tidbit there about the history. So the site for this wine is very unique in that the soils are made up of fractured limestone with topsoils of Franciscan decomposed greenstone. And what that does is it really lends this beautiful minerality to the wine. It gives it a very unique fruit profile, which is very acidic and natural acidic at that. So it really puts this mineral acid balance into the wine. And the fruit is just popping with fresh lemon and white flowers. I get beautiful aromatics of white flowers. I also get key lime from that acid. I'm getting a richness from the malolactic fermentation, which takes place in barrels. Another reason why we have the rich kind of mid-palate on this wine is that we will do batonnage, meaning we will stir the lees in the barrels as the wine goes through malolactic. And now keep in mind, the primary fermentation as well as the malolactic fermentation are all native. So native yeasts, we do not add any commercial yeast, we do not add any additives or nutrients to this wine. And you're really getting a true taste of what Monte Bello tastes like. It's just this beautiful freshness just explodes from the glass, and when it hits the palate, you have this beautiful density, this big weight, and that is, again, coming from the Surly's aging. But what's great about it is that it carries on. It's very long, very mouth-watering, very fresh wine. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Cheers.